Marie?
She'll be fine. You don't need to check on her every 5 minutes. Come on, it's starting.
Okay, you're right.
For the best part of my later years, I worked as a private investigator. I'd seen many a terrible case. Sadly, most of them unresolved. But in 1954, something terrible and far closer to home happened that I could not avoid. And it happened right here, in Dahlia View. The police are here. What on earth is all the commotion? Now, where's my camera? I need to see what's going on outside my window. Now, I can get a closer look. What on earth is all the commotion? Might have to zoom in for a closer look.
Oh my god. Come on.
Oh, that's Tony Morgan's blood. My God, I hope he's all right. Please let him be all right.
Okay, this is not meant for controller. Lord.
Chloroform. What on earth?
Let's see if I can do this better with the mouse here. There we go.
Bound during abduction. Dear God. Charlotte May, Mr. Morgan's daughter, has been kidnapped.
Alright, so that was D, B, A. There you go, C.
Smashed plant pot. I must have slipped through it. I should have come to my window sooner.
Is there anything else? Who's that?
A kidnapping right on my doorstep. It doesn't bear thinking about. Imagine if it was Catherine. Time to pay my neighbors a visit and see what they know.
All right. These controls are a little bit tricky.
Charlotte May could only be 7 or 8 years old. Why would someone want to take her? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, crap.
Hello, Mr. Conway.
Good evening.
Terrible what's happened, isn't it?
So you know what happened?
They're looking for a kidnapper. A search is about to start in the Pine Woods.
My sister, Shirley, she owns the pub across the way. The searchers are all meeting there first.
What do you know about the kidnapping, Mr. Conway?
Not much. That's why I'm talking to the pair of you.
You should talk to the old busybody over in her big manor house.
Mrs. Doer.
She knows everything that goes on here. I wouldn't be surprised if she saw the kidnapper.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was the kidnapper.
That's an awful thing to say.
Well, have you seen her? Always fawning over that little girl. All alone in that big house. Plenty of room to hide someone.
I can see that you've put a lot of thought into this, Mrs. McKee.
A little too much, love.
Well, I'm not the only one who thinks it.
Oh, blast. What time is it?
It must be a little after midnight by now, surely.
The search is starting without me. I have to get my coat. You'll forgive me, Mr. Conway?
Yes, good night.
Good night, Mr. Conway.
We'll talk again soon.
I just want to walk. Just want to roll backwards. Good Lord. No.
Good evening, Mr. Levy.
Evening.
How strange times we live in when a girl can be taken on her doorstep.
You ain't wrong. It's a bloody mess.
Did you see what happened at all?
No.
How well did you know Charlotte May? You lived next door. You must have seen her a lot.
I hope they're going to clean all this mess up tonight. I've got a business to run.
I'm sure this must be a great inconvenience to you.
That reminds me. Rent day tomorrow. Don't be late.
I haven't forgotten.
Good. Keep it that way, and we'll get along just fine.
May I ask what you were doing tonight?
No.
God, I hate these controls. Oh my god.
Excuse me, Mr. Conway. May I have a moment?
Nope, this way.
Do you know what's happened?
Never mind all that. Your daughter is a police officer, is she not?
She is.
Here, I found this.
What's this then?
A brooch. I found it on the floor here. It probably belonged to that poor girl. Thought I'd better pick it up before Shirley Downs gets her mitts on it.
What do you mean by that?
Never mind. Perhaps you can make sure it finds its way to your daughter.
I will, and thank you for telling me.
Just doing my duty.
Can you tell me what you meant about Shirley?
Good night, Mr. Conway.
Did you see anything else at all?
Just make sure to give your daughter that brooch.
Jeez, lots of help.
Miss Downs, do you have a moment?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I can come back if you need some time.
No, it's fine. I'm just... I can't believe this is happening so close to home. Well, maybe I can.
What do you mean by that?
Not everyone in Dahlia View is as they seem, Mr. Conway.
Miss Downs, who are you referring to?
That son of a bitch right there, with the smug look on his face.
Mr. Levy?
Why not? I mean, what do you really know about him?
Well, I pay him my rent once a fortnight, but no other than that. I didn't really speak to the man.
Well, sadly I do. He's up to something. You must have noticed all the strange deliveries, coming and going at night.
You think he took Charlotte May?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sorry. Miss Downs, what are you basing this on?
Experience, Mr. Conway. You'll excuse me, I need to help the police with their search.
Wow.
There's Mr. Morgan.
Where? Ah, right there.
Hello, Mr. Morgan. My name is Robert Conway. I live in flat 23.
Yes, I've seen you around, Mr. Conway.
Well, you see, I thought I'd better come over and check you're okay. Some of our neighbors seem to be content just to stare. I'm so sorry to hear about your daughter.
Very kind of you. I'm sorry, but I'm late joining the search. I've been talking to the police for over an hour.
Of course, I understand. The police officer you spoke to was most likely my daughter.
Is that so?
Yes, she's a very determined young lady. If anyone is going to find your daughter, it's her. I was once a private investigator myself, so I know how her mind works.
Well, it's comforting to know I'm surrounded by such competent minds, Mr. Conway.
I'd like to offer my services too, if you'd permit me.
That's very kind, but I don't have money, I'm afraid.
Mr. Morgan, no. I'm a father myself. I meant to say that I'm at your disposal.
Very generous. I would very much like you in.
Well, right here.
In Dahlia View?
Yes. It's my experience that it's usually someone who knows the victim.
Do you mean to tell me that one of my neighbors has my girl?
No, I'm merely saying that it's a logical place to start.
Now I see. That's why the police searched my house. Because I'm a suspect, I suppose.
That's the way it works, I'm sorry to say.
So they're not even looking for the real kidnapper?
I can assure you they will be.
Tell me, Mr. Conway, and be honest. Are you going to look for my girl?
I promise you, I'll stop at nothing until I find her. For now, I need you to think of anyone who could have taken Charlotte May.
I don't know.
Think, anyone or anything at all.
Mr. Conway, who do you know who could do such a thing?
You'd see your point. Well, for now, perhaps try to get some rest. Charlotte May needs you to be strong for her.
You'll excuse me, Mr. Conway. I'm going to join the search and find my little girl.
That's fair enough, Mr. Morgan. Good night, and good luck.
Good night, Mr. Conway.
Mr. Morgan must have taken quite a hit. So the kidnapper smashed this during the altercation.
I'll look at it in a second.
It never fails to amaze me what some people are capable of. Who would tie up a small child?
Alright, now. Alright, time to go home.
Dad?
Catherine. I thought I might bump into you tonight.
Well, I shouldn't be here, what with you living so close. Conflict of interest and all.
Are you finished here?
Almost, yes. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. It's poor Charlotte May I'm worried about. Anyway, look at you. I rarely get to see you in your uniform. You look good.
Thank you. I wish it was a little more comfortable.
Catherine, can I ask, what have you found?
I'm not allowed to tell you. You know that. Besides, I don't have all the details myself, and my sergeant isn't exactly forthcoming with new recruits.
Hang in there. You're an asset. They'll come to see how intelligent you are.
Thank you. All I can say is that it looks as though Tony Morgan's daughter has been kidnapped.
Awful news. May I ask why they're searching the Pine Woods? Do they know where the kidnapper went?
No. It's a dead end. We're clueless, but we can't be seen to be doing nothing. And the locals suggested the woods, so...
Dear God. I perhaps wonder if I should talk to my neighbors again.
Hang on, again?
Yes, Catherine, I've been thinking and...
Dad!
What?
I know this is happening on your doorstep, but please don't get any ideas.
I'm a naturally curious person, you know that.
You don't do this anymore. Leave it to us, please.
Well, Do the police have any ideas?
Dad, I mean it. Don't get involved.
Well, I'd like to help
I
you.
want to do this on my own.
I didn't realize what this means to you.
I meant to say, I want to do it the right way. By the book. Please promise me.
Okay. I promise. I'll leave the police work up to you.
Thank you. Anyway, I'd better be off. I have to make a statement before the morning press. My sergeant is finally trusting me with something.
Well, you'd better hurry. I'll look out for your article in the morning paper.
Right. I'm off. Please go back inside. You'll catch a chill.
Night, my love.
Night, Dad.
Yeah, right.
The last thing I want is to upset Catherine. I can tell how serious she is about her case. I've never seen her so driven. I suppose I'll still develop the photos I've taken of the crime scene. I might have captured something that the police did not. And I won't be stepping on Catherine's toes if I stay in my flat and out of the way. I wonder if finding where the brooch was dropped could help build a better picture of the attacker's movements.
I can't answer that because I don't. I don't know. Could this be?
So, if Mrs. Dole was right about where she found the brooch, it means the kidnapper must have come past her manor house at some point during the abduction. I forgot to give Catherine the brooch. There just hasn't been a good time. It sounds like I have mail. Now what's this?
I apologize for my shortness last night, Mr. Conway. I realized that you were trying to help me. I've already told the police, but the only people who I think could have taken my Charlotte May are our neighbors. The McKees, Harold Levy, Shirley Downs, and Miss Diller all have access to the courtyard. You said yourself, and I think you might be onto something. More eyes on the case can only be a good thing. Thank you again for offering your help. T. Morgan.
Mr. Morgan's note implicates most of his neighbors. I had suspected as much, but now I have something solid to work with. Catherine has asked me not to get involved, but I've already promised Mr. Morgan I'll find Charlotte May. I should have told Catherine there and then. I'm already involved. I can feel it again. That drive, that first pull at the yarn. It's all on this evidence board. suspects, victims, items found at the scene. I have everything. All that remains is to watch over my neighbors until one of them makes a mistake, and I can still give Catherine her space. If the whole town is searching the Pinewoods, someone needs to keep an eye over Dahlia View.
That someone is me.
I've been sitting watching my neighbors on and off for hours, but I've seen nothing of any use for my evidence board. Tony Morgan suggested that the McKees were acting strangely around Charlotte May. I heard Theodore return home earlier this evening, but didn't manage to get a glimpse. Charlotte May is counting on me to find her, but so far I've drawn a blank. Perhaps the McKees are innocent. Only time will tell. Annabelle and Theodore seemed normal enough when we spoke last night. By their account, they didn't see much at all. Why would Mr. Morgan ask me to watch them? Theodore appears to be waiting for her. I still have no idea what the problem is. Perhaps this is what Mr. Morgan was talking about. Now, Annabelle is... Annabelle has seen something just out of my view. Whatever it is, she's horrified by it. What on earth is it? What are you thinking, Annabelle? What can you see?
Come on.
She's got a knife. Oh, Jesus, she's going to... No. She wants Theo to use it. He doesn't know which one to use. Theo, don't do it.
I think they have a mouse in their house.
Whatever it is, take pause of yourself. Theo, who are you talking to? Is that a practice swing? Dear God. What have I just witnessed? Some time has passed since I saw Theo hit something with a mallet. I didn't actually see anything. No proof. I have no evidence at all. Annabelle is back at the door.
Okay, hurry. Go. Go!
What in God's name?
Shit.
What are you doing?
Well, if you would help me.
I'm not touching that thing.
That thing was your idea.
My idea.
Oh, no.
Christ. Get it out of here.
What the hell do you think I'm doing?
Hurry up! Mr. Morgan,
Hello, Annabelle.
lovely evening.
Yes, I suppose so. Please, if you don't mind, I have something...
It's just all so sad, isn't it?
Please, I really do need to be going.
I'm so sorry, of course.
It's fine, Annabelle.
If there's anything I can do, you won't hesitate to ask?
Damn it, what should I do? Catherine asked me not to get involved. But this... It's not over until it's over. I think I need to pay the McKees a personal call. I've barely slept at all. I can't fully explain what I observed last night, and I can't shake the image of Charlotte May in the McKee's pantry, lying there, helpless. The police are searching out in Riverport. They haven't seen what I have, and it's too soon to involve them. What if I'm wrong?
'Cause you are.
I miss you, old friends. My old case files. Some I'd rather forget. I'll need my bag if I'm going to gather any real evidence.
What the hell is this bag? God, I hate these controls.
It's not much to go on as of yet. I'll see to that. She's worked so hard to get where she is.
I'm assuming this is... There we go.
Now, to find out what the McKees were doing in that pantry.
Yeah, how the hell am I going to do that? Here we go again.
If the McKees really did kill Charlotte May last night, then there must be some evidence left in their pantry. I wonder if there's anything left to find at all. What if I'm too late? Bleach. The McKees have been busy.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. McKee. We spoke a few days ago.
Yes, please call me Annabelle.
Annabelle, of course. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get around to you.
That's fine. I'm sorry, how is it I can help, Mr. Conway?
Well, it's all a bit sensitive, I'm afraid. I wondered if I might have a word in private, if you would.
Well,
Mrs. McKee, Annabelle, I'd rather not state my purpose out here in the hallway where any one of your neighbors might be listening. Wouldn't you agree?
Of course. Why don't you step inside for a moment?
Excellent idea. I promise not to take up too much of your time. I'm sure you have your hands full.
So, what's the purpose of all this, Mr. Conway? I hope it's not about what we... Well, why don't you get to it?
Of course. Well, it's actually quite simple. I'm sure you've heard that I was once a private investigator. Well, nonetheless, Mr. Morgan has asked me if I would look into everyone who knew Charlotte May.
I see. And so you've come to look at us?
Look, let me be straight. I've been an investigator my entire life, and I have a sense about people, you might say.
Is that so?
I don't think you or your husband have anything to hide. In fact, this might be a waste of time altogether, but I think it would put Mr. Morgan's mind at ease if I ask some basic questions anyway. What do you say?
Well, however we can help. As long as it's not too long is all.
Oh, no, of course not. All I need you to do is tell me in your own words what you did on the night that Charlotte May was taken.
Right. But I thought you...
Before you begin, I'm sorry to ask, but would you mind if I used your lavatory?
No, not at all. It's right behind you.
Thank you. And please, Annabelle, you look worried. I'm sure you had nothing to do with it. She's lying. It's written all over her. Time to find out why. It's a doctor's note addressed to Annabelle.
Uh-oh. Will not come to full term. Ouch. Nope.
Now what do we have here?
Mr. Conway? Can I offer you a cup of tea?
Yes, 3 sugars. I thought she'd never leave. A tram ticket. Annabelle clearly didn't use this tram ticket.
Oops. What, no towel?
I apologize. Where were we? Ah, yes. You were going to tell me what you were doing on the night that Charlotte May was taken.
I've been thinking about it, and there's not much to say.
Literally anything would help.
Well, I remember it clearly. I think everyone here knows exactly where they were. It was so shocking. I'd made Theo his tea in the afternoon at about 3 and wrapped it up for him to have later. He was working all day over at Levy's garage and performing later that night. I went to the shops at some point, I think. I didn't see Charlotte May at all that day, and I was out of town for most of the night. I think the last time I saw her was on the Wednesday. She was playing outside between her homeschooling, as I recall.
I'll stop you there if you don't mind. Instead of Theo's performance, I think it would be more beneficial to talk about what you and your husband were doing whilst Charlotte May was being taken.
Right. I see. What time was that?
You don't remember clearly. I was sitting in my flat at the time. 10 o'clock is when I first noticed something was happening. I had a good view from my window. I imagine you'd have a good view from your kitchen window also. Perhaps even your pantry.
Actually, Mr. Conway, I'm sorry. I feel awfully uncomfortable talking about this without Theo here. I think it's best I don't answer anything he might object to.
You're right. I completely agree. He usually takes his break around now, does he not?
Perhaps.
Would it be possible for you to go and get him so that we might continue the conversation?
I don't think that's a good idea, Mr. Conway. In fact, I think I'd feel better if we ended the conversation here, if it's all the same to you.
No, you're right. If you don't feel it appropriate, then best not to bother him.
Thank you.
I was hoping to clear it all up today, you see. I'd hate to have to bother you tomorrow or the day after, or even the day after that. It's not in my character to be a nuisance. However, I did promise Mr. Morgan. Perhaps I'll return later on.
Wait. If it's not going to take too long, I could fetch him now, and we could resolve the matter.
Mrs. McKee, if you would do that for me, it would put Mr. Morgan's mind at ease, I'm sure of it.
Christ. Okay, well, I think it's best you come with me.
I fear I'd only slow you down. The stairs, you see. No, I'll wait here for your return.
Fine, just wait here.
Now, to get that key down.
Yes, but how to get that key down?
She never did make me that cup of tea. A rug has been steam cleaned. The same one they carried out last night. The dates don't match up. It's moving. Almost there. Come on. Well, that was easier than I thought. Charlotte, were you in here? Give me something.
Wait. Ah, damn it.
They have an allotment. Good idea. Looks as though they scrubbed the place clean last night.
Oh, come on.
Please let me be wrong. Bleached head to toe. I'm too late. There's nothing left to see. It's well stocked. They're not back yet. Then there's still time to search the flat. The sooner rationing ends, the better. The war ended 9 bloody years ago. I have no idea what that is. Lovely. Shirley and Annabelle are very close. They meet every week. Theo is a performer. There's a note in the fireplace on the other side. Theo's room, no doubt.
No, my baby don't care for me, just because she says she do. If my baby really cared for me, she wouldn't leave me feeling blue.
Theo, where's the pencil gone?
Annabelle, you can't hear I'm recording.
Sorry, I don't know the difference. You know that.
Well, check next time. These vinyls are too expensive to waste.
Theo, all I want is the pencil.
Try the living room.
Well, why would you even leave it in there?
Oh, God, Lord. I'm going to have to start this whole thing over again.
He's a slob. Something's blocking these keys from the other side. I don't know a great deal about musical instruments, but this doesn't look expensive. Locked. How does one open a piano front?
I have no idea. Nope.
I wonder what was last written on this notepad.
Pencils in this room.
There's a note in the fireplace. I can't get it out with my bare hands. Nothing interesting.
Pradash really means everything to me, and I can't bear the thought of losing her, but when she told me to grow up and take responsibility, I couldn't handle it. Be a better person this year. It's time to apologize to show her that I love her as much as she loves me. A sister's love is forever. Okay, so they're sisters.
I can't stand to see an incomplete picture.
Ditto, dude. Ditto. Something that can yank. God, stupid wheelchair. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's it. One nine.
Oh, that's something. Oh, there's no date. I can't link it to the kidnapping.
Cello case. There. What was the number? 1932. Nope. Man, that thing spins fast.
Bingo. Theo has a sister back home somewhere.
Dang it. Well, maybe if I look at the fireplace. There you are. Man, I'm glad they're taking for freaking ever to get back, because my goodness gracious. Nope, come on. You can do it.
seems to be a list of medicines.
Alright, now what else should I do? Block the pianos from the inside. Alright, so it's back to the piano. There's nothing. Let's open this bad boy up again. Drat. I figured I'd give it a shot. Oh my god, dude, stop catching on everything. What am I missing?
Music sheets. Presumably Theo's songs.
Bingo.
£45. If I were a lesser man, I'd take it and live comfortably for the rest of the year. There's no way Theo's boss pays him this much.
Annabelle, it's Shirley.
Damn. It's Annabelle's sister.
Look, if you're in there, I want to say sorry about the other night. Are you there? I love you, Annie. You know that, don't you? Everything I say,
Now, what do you know?
I say it because I want to protect you. Anyway, I'm taking the key back through the door. I love you.
Where? Inside? Nope, no nuts.
You can tell a lot about a person from their bedroom. This is clearly Annabelle's space.
Should have come to me with this. I'm your sister. For God's sakes, I would have talked you out of it. Just be thankful that Mom isn't alive to see you disgrace yourself. You should have told me. I'm furious at you, but I'm still here for you. We're sisters, and that won't change. Your secret is safe with me, but I think we need to talk soon.
Surely Theo's wage can't pay for all this. blue mist looks brand new.
Yes. Good question.
It needs something to wind it.
More bleach.
More bleach.
Alright. More of the soap.
Smells fresh. Oh, the whole place is clean. They had a view of Mr. Morgan's home. They could have easily seen Charlotte May every day. Absolutely spotless. You'd never even know a mechanic lived here. Annabelle is obsessed with cleaning.
How the hell do I get out of here? Why does it keep going to the inventory? I don't understand. That's the bleach. Soap. I have no idea what else to do. And I apparently can't leave this room. Am I missing like a control or something? Keyboard. Look up, left, right, down, decelerate, accelerate. How about Zoom out, navigation. I think I broke it. I can't. God dang it.
I spoke too soon. What on earth is inside?
The winder. Now I can get out of here. Right? Yep. Sister loves forever, shoulder to lean on when or wherever a love built to last, strong and steadfast, a sister loved forever.
Shirley and Annabelle are close sisters. I don't know what they're currently arguing about, but they seem to love each other very much. Good to know.
Yes, but the question is, where's the combination for that?
Expensive lipsticks.
Oh, wait. Okay, so what the hell? It's not going to be the same combo, is it? 1932. Nope, they're not going to let me out until I get this combo. Great. Well, I don't... It's...
Is Annabelle having an affair?
Ooh, that stuff isn't cheap. 3283.
This might be useful.
Bingo.
Now, what's this then?
It's the mallet.
This is it. The mallet I saw Thea use last night. I've got you. Did you hit Charlotte May with this? Damn, the McKees are coming back.
Well then, what do you want me to say?
I don't know, just stall him. He's been in there for ages.
Why did you leave him then?
Do you really want me to go through that right now?
Okay. Just don't say anything that he might...
He might what?
Well, you know how you are.
Do you really think I'm that stupid? Now, shh. Let's just go inside.
I'm waiting for you. Hello, Mr. Conway.
Hello, Theodore.
Anne says Tony Morgan asked you to investigate his daughter's disappearance?
That's right, but I'm sure she's also told you that it's merely a formality.
I was just telling Mr. Conway he's wasting his time, because we don't know anything about it.
Aren't you retired, Mr. Conway?
Well, I'm not here officially, Mr. McKee, just as a friend of Tony Morgan's. But I do appreciate you making the time.
Well, like Anne said, we had nothing to do with Charlotte May, so I don't know how I could help. And I don't have long, I'm afraid. Mr. Levy isn't very happy with me stepping out of work.
I appreciate it all the same.
Well, shall we move into the living room?
Of course. Please, after you.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Now, please, I'd like to know what you were doing at the time of the attack, if you wouldn't mind. Maybe start at 10 p.m.
10 p.m.? Well, I was at a gig that night, so I was playing down at the Sugar Ducks men's club. Harold, my boss, hasn't paid me for a few months, so I've had to start making money elsewhere. I remember I got home around 10:40, I think. I went straight into my music room. I had a song in my head I just had to get out. So nothing to do with Charlotte May.
The Sugar Dogs. That's about a 20-minute walk from here, if I'm correct.
Something like that? Yes.
And what time did you finish your performance?
About just after 10.
And then you returned home?
Yes.
Did you drive?
No, I walked.
You just said you returned home at 10:40, did you not? If it takes 20 minutes to walk, then what, might I ask, were you doing with the extra 20 minutes?
Have you ever performed, Mr. Conway?
No, I'm not a very musical person, I'm afraid.
Well, there's a lot of equipment at a show. Microphones, guitars, cables. It all takes time to pack down.
Mallets?
Excuse me?
A mallet. Whatever it is that the drummer uses.
You mean drumsticks?
Sticks, huh? You'll forgive me. I really don't know a great deal about it.
Well, like I said, it all takes time.
Sounds reasonable enough to me. Where were we? Ah, yes, you were saying you'd entered your music room.
Anyway, I think I was in my music room all the way up until...
I'll be with you both in a second. Don't wait for me.
Okay, my love. I was in my room until Anne called me out. She heard a smash or something. Anne was visiting a friend that night, but I think she was back just before me. And I think she was in her bedroom. So, by all accounts, she's the one who heard it.
You didn't hear the smash yourself?
No, there aren't any windows in my music room, and I was writing a song at my piano.
So Annabelle heard it and came in to get you?
Mm-hmm.
You say you heard a smash or something. Could you think back and tell me exactly what happened?
Anne came in. She said, something's going on outside, that I should take a look. That was when I realized she was home, and...
And that's when you came out and looked?
That's right.
And you say you didn't know Annabelle was home yet?
Like I said, I couldn't hear anything. What with my music.
So she could have been home longer?
I suppose, but I don't think she was.
And what did you see once you were outside?
Tony Morgan, laying on the floor. All our neighbors taking a look. Then the police came.
Nothing else? Not Charlotte May, not the kidnapper?
I spoke to you briefly.
Fair enough. Please, as you were saying.
So anyway, it couldn't have been Anne or me, you see, because we weren't here most of the night. And in any case, the Sugar Ducks are a good 20-minute walk away. People would have noticed if I was missing from my gig, wouldn't you think? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Is this all you want to know? What I was doing that night? Nothing else?
What people would have noticed you missing? A neighbor, perhaps? Anyone from Dahlia View?
No, just the locals at the Sugar Ducks.
Your boss, Harold, does he ever come to watch you play?
Not very often, no.
Doesn't he like your music?
I think he does. He's just a busy man. I don't understand. Are you gonna be speaking with him too?
Well, perhaps. It depends where my investigation leads me.
Investigation?
Forgive me. Old habits. I meant to say this conversation. Perhaps just carry on with what you were saying.
Sorry about that. I was making sure that things were, where we left them.
I was just saying that Mr. Conway is wasting his time because we were both out of town for most of the night. Isn't that right, my love? You were at a friend's, weren't you? You already paid for a tram ticket. That's why you couldn't come to the gig.
Well, actually, Theo, I wanted to talk to you about that, but it can wait till later.
Talk to me about what? Tell him you're out of town.
Don't you have to get back to work?
Actually, I think I do have to go, Mr. Conway. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. You'll excuse me.
Thank you for your time, Theodore. I wonder if what you're telling Theodore has an ounce of truth. You were at a friend's, were you?
Mr. Conway, I think you've more than outstayed your welcome. I don't know why I agreed to talk to you in the first place. You must think me awfully dense if you think I don't know what you were doing while I was gone. I don't want to see or hear from you again. Do you understand? This is a job for the police, not some old has-been playing detective.
What I was doing? Why don't we take a second to talk about what you were doing last night? What was in that rug, Annabelle? Why was Theo carrying it to the boot of his car?
Get out. Now.
I think that went as well as could have been expected.
Was there any way to cover up any of the stuff that I did, though? I don't think there was.
From talking to the McKees, it seems apparent that they were both in Dahlia View at the time Charlotte May was taken. Annabelle and Theo were clearly hiding something. I observed them getting rid of a rolled-up rug and saw Theo use a mallet for God only knows what. I can't currently prove it relates to Charlotte May, and a few questions still remain.
No, I can't move that on there. Let's see. Blood thinning. Hold on. How much money was this?
£45 is a large sum. In my experience, the kind of money made on the black market. Theo doesn't seem like someone driven by greed. So what possible motive could compel him to kidnap and sell a young girl?
But okay, there we go. All right, so Theo hadn't been paid in months, had to make money elsewhere. So let's. All right. No, this one. God dang it. Okay, here we go. All right, and then wait, hold on. Does it say what medicine? Blood thinning medicine. Okay, that was that one that I saw. The 4123. Not suitable for people over the age of 21. But that one, okay, blood thinning. I mean, it could be this one.
I need to make sure I'm looking at all of the evidence.
I mean, did I screw up? It's got to be this. What's 1, 2, 2? Wait. June 6, 1954. So it can't be that one. It has to be this.
I'm sure that some of this evidence is irrelevant. I could remove them. There. Everything left on the board is relevant. There must be some small detail here.
Can I prove that the mallet was hit with... Alright.
I'm positive that Charlotte May was in that pantry.
No, she was
Can I
not.
prove the mallet was used to hit something living? Good. I thought as much. Now to continue. I need to look at every piece of evidence.
Oh my god. Seriously? Okay, so it's not...
I feel I could group this evidence based on the questions they relate to.
Right.
Okay. I'm sure that everything I've grouped relates to the right question.
So what the hell did I do wrong? It's... How about that?
There must be some small detail I'm missing.
Oh
in
my
some of
God.
the evidence.
What are the rest of them for?
I need to make sure I'm scouring all of the evidence.
Oh my god. Dude, I don't... Theo hadn't been paying much. Okay, so that's got to be right. Mom desperately needs the money. Or medicine. So what the hell am I missing? Steroids, varicose veins, not for people over the age of 21, so it can't be this one. Kidney stones and sciatica pain, blood thinning oral spray, blood thinning tablets, shit, 120. Ah, God damn, there it is. Ah, hit the wrong one. There it is. This one. I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's it. The mallet must have been used to hit something living. The crystallization proves it. Then they carried it down to the boot of a car. The only possible motive I can see is that Theo needed money to pay for his mother's medication. A life for a life. Could Theo really be that cold?
No.
I got the impression that Annabelle was in charge. It's not enough. I can't accuse them without something solid. I'll have to keep an eye on the McKees and continue my investigation.
Hi, Dad. Dad?
You are so dead.
I think we need a little chat about your neighbours. The McKees?
Damn. I can't let her see this after I made a promise.
Now, why is this door closed? Dad, are you back there?
Perhaps I should just come out with it. I don't know.
Hello? No, it's his daughter. I'm afraid not. He must be out. I don't. I'm sorry, but... Right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but... Good day to you too.
I can't stop now. Not after what I've seen. I'll just have to make sure I find something that Catherine can use in her investigation. It's the only way she'll understand.
Yeah, you're doomed, dude.
I've spent the morning watching the McKees, waiting for them to make a mistake, to do something that proves them guilty of killing Charlotte May. But what if I'm wrong? What if I saw what I wanted to and there was nothing in that rug? If I had hard evidence, I would have told Catherine already. I have nothing but suspicions. I should be looking at everyone in Dahlia View. And Harold Levy is next on my list. Harold is a large man, large enough to carry a little girl and not slow him down.
I'm back in a bit, yeah? Don't mess up the paintwork.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, right.
Theo is working on the automobile I saw him put the rug into. I still have my eye on you.
Still a police car there?
Annabelle, I can't shake what I saw in your pantry. But for now, Harold is my focus. People are leaving flowers on Mr. Morgan's doorstep as if Charlotte May is already dead. There appears to be a box of some importance under Harold's bed. Whatever it contains, he's not happy about it.
Theo, I need to step out for a moment. You alright watching the shop, yeah?
Okay.
Why on earth is there a shoe on Harold Levy's roof? Wonders never cease. Evicted already? That was fast. Harold must have forced them out. Harold Levy is unlocking Tony Morgan's door. Now he's entering. What is he thinking? This does not look like a social visit. What in God's name is he doing? He's attacking Mr. Morgan. police? No. I should gather evidence.
And there's where you made your mistake.
He's furious now. Mr. Morgan looks petrified. Did Harold take Charlotte May? Did he attack Tony the night she was taken? I've never seen him like this.
Jesus. You okay, boss?
Yeah.
You sure?
Said I'm fine.
Okay.
I have to do something. I doubt Harold will welcome me in the way the McKees did, but if he can enter another man's home unannounced, well then so can I. Harold Levy is leaving his flat. My patience is paid off.